Josh with Scout Reviews.
And I'm Travis.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget.
Hi, I'm Travis.
I'm Josh.
Hey, I'm Jason.
And Brian.
This is part 3 of a 3-part series, basically a brand face-off. We started with Blancos, we did Reposados. Definitely recommend y'all watch those videos first. We'll have them linked below. And now we are on to Añejos. These are aged in oak greater than a year, I believe. Yeah, greater than a year.
Yep.
So
1 to 3 years.
1 to 3. Yep. And so again, we have our G4, Fortaleza, El Tesoro, and ArteNOM, which, as you'll recall, the ArteNOM is one of our favorites going into this.
So when it comes to Añejo, the ArteNOM 1146 is currently king of Añejo tequilas. Now, we've had some changes over the past videos, so we will see if anything changes here.
Mm-hmm.
This is part 3. We're going to be doing the same setup, everything else, as we did the previous 2 videos. It's going to be blind. Mm-hmm. And at the end of this, we will have a brand winner. We'll know who wins the Añejo category, and then we'll know who wins overall as a premium tequila brand.
Yep. I will point out the slightly darker elephant in the room. I can already tell the difference as far as these go. 3 are very similar. 1 is unlike the other.
Well,
but
the ArteNOM has been darker in every competition.
Yeah.
Blanco, Reposado, and now here. So
we'll be objective as we always are. It has not performed as well in the previous 2. So
it's been bringing up the rear.
Yeah. So cool. I'm good.
All right. So we're going to step away and magic's going to happen. And when we come back, we'll go over everything. And we're back. So we have we've tasted, looked, smelled, all that fun stuff, and we each have our scores. We each have our guesses, and let's let Travis go first. He hasn't gotten to go first yet.
No, interesting. All right. So we'll start with the one that I'm guessing is G4. Total score is a 10. We shall see though. So I'm not sure if I'm correct. We'll see. All right, so color, I give it a 2 because for being at least a year in the barrel, that is really pale. Aroma, I give it a 3. It doesn't really come on that strong. It has a fairly typical tequila profile, but again, I have a very high bar for Añejo, and this does not quite really meet that. But it does smell as expected. Taste, I give it a 3. Again, fairly unremarkable. Straightforward. It's honestly enjoyable. It really is enjoyable. It's got a nice mouthfeel to it, and a shorter finish though. So overall, it gets a 10. Decent, but it is what it is. Carry on, sir.
Well, I'm going to disagree. I thought this was great. The taste and finish were excellent. Was not a fan of the aroma. The aroma seems harsher than the taste on this one, but it was still a good tequila. The color was not where we wanted it to be, so that I think that lessened my score on this one. But I definitely liked it, and my guess is that it was Tesoro. purely only guessed that based on my liking Tesoro and past few videos. So
What was your total score again?
11.
Okay. He was super excited about it for an 11.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Mine was also an 11, but that's actually on the low end for my scoring for this particular one. So I would have to agree in regard to the color. So I would say the aroma for me, it felt artificial. Like I'm breathing it in and thinking like, is this actually something that somebody like actually made, naturally or something like that? I have no idea. Well, with it though, when I tasted it, I actually enjoyed the taste a bit more. I gave it a 3, but the finish was actually better than the taste. Like when I first drank, it's a 3, but then the finish felt like a 4. So I gave it an 11 overall because my math does work.
Math works.
It does.
All right. Well, I thought this was G4. Apparently, he thought it was G4 as well. Color, I gave it a 1 because this is not an Añejo on color. Aroma, I gave it a 3. The highest aroma score I gave was a 4, so this is up there. Taste, I gave it a 2. I didn't, and Añejo is supposed to have some complexity to it. This didn't really have any. The finish, I call it was a short to mid finish. I gave it a 2. It's just like the taste. There was no complexity. So, I mean, it's a good tequila. That's why I thought it was the G4, because when I had the G4 before, I thought it was an excellent Reposado.
Mm-hmm.
So I gave this an 8 based off of Añejo scoring. And like I said, I think it's G4.
Nice.
The next one, I'm going to say it's ArteNOM. I gave the color a 5 because that's exactly what you want in an Añejo. The aroma, I gave a 4 because it was complex. There's a lot there. Taste. So taste, I gave it a 3. I graded it harshly. It's good, but I have since had better tequilas. So, and that is where my bar is at. Tears of La Llorona right now is up there. The finish, it was a good finish. It lasted. It allowed me to enjoy the flavor that was there. I gave it a 4. So I gave it a total score of 16.
Fair enough. Now, I do not try to compare who I'm dating now with my exes. So I don't have quite the same, Llorona.
If you don't learn from history, it's bound to repeat itself.
I'm just saying. That explains a lot. So I also agreed with the color. I thought that it was a 5. It was very, very enjoyable to look at. The aroma, I was catching hints of leather. I kind of felt like I was Travis for a moment there. Now, with that, though, I felt that the taste, though, it was a little bit on the bready side. Not quite like, Outback Steakhouse bready, more like Applebee's bready. So I give it more of a 2. Now the finish, though, I enjoyed the finish.
This is the first drink we've had where you've reverted back to memories. But unlike when you were here with us before,
That's true.
where a lot of them were memories.
Yeah,
which makes me think this had a bigger impact on you.
It might have, because it probably looks and feels more like whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can
It
see
definitely
that.
does.
It was a good day. And so altogether, I gave it a 13 and called it the ArteNOM.
So I'm going to agree with the rest and just say that this is definitely the color that you'd expect. The aroma was good and pleasant. I think I agree with Josh on that. I think he said something similar. But I did not like the taste. The taste was not what I enjoy. It's personally a preference. It's not anything against this tequila in general, but I did not enjoy the taste, and also therefore because it did finish longer than the others, I was not a fan of that either. Overall, I gave it a rating of 13, but that's highly skewed by the color.
All right. I'm going with this being ArteNOM, obviously, due to the color of it, which is a 5. Aroma, again, I think this is a nice 4, very well rounded. It is a little more complex than any of the others. and kind of carries with a little more body and a little more complexity. You get a lot more oak, leather, a little bit beyond the typical agave profile you expect from tequila. Taste, again, I give this a 4. While I enjoy some of the higher end añejos, such as like La Llorona, that is one of that's a different kind of tequila. It's a different profile. So judging this one on its own, I went ahead and gave it a 4 on taste. It's very enjoyable. This is a good tequila for a whiskey drinker, in my opinion. Finish nice and long. It's mid length to long, mid to long finish. Nice 4 is what I gave it. Total score of 17. So not surprising. All right, we're going to move on to what I'm guessing is the Fortaleza. We shall see. Color, that is really pale for an añejo. Again, I'm giving this a 2. Aroma, decent nose. Again, nothing too spectacular on that one. I give it a 3. Taste, I give it a 2. I found it a little floral, lacking complexity. It was a little more straightforward. With a añejo, I prefer a little more complexity and a little more body to what I'm drinking. Finish, again, kind of a short one. It was an abrupt, short end of, it was a short finish. I wouldn't even say mid. It was definitely on the short end for me, so I'm giving this a 2. So as it stands now, it's 9.
So I gave mine a color score of 3. This was kind of a little lighter than I think we'd expect, but it's way better than the initial one we had. The aroma was very okay. Again, strong. I'm not a fan of that. But the taste, I thought, was actually pretty good. And the only reason I rated a finish a 2 is because it didn't keep going. I like it when it keeps going. So I rated this ultimately an 11. And my guess is that it's a G4, actually.
Nice. So this one reminded me of when I discovered that Kristen was dating Brian. Definitely lighter than what I expected. Now, with that, though, is giving it a 2 for color. I actually enjoyed the whole rest of it. So the aroma for me was like being in a new building on the 2nd floor where they've just put in the carpet. And it just really made me feel like comfortable and at home. So I definitely enjoyed that quite a bit. Gave it a 4. I also gave a 4 to the taste and the finish because they both reminded me of caramel. And I have a huge fandom for caramel. So altogether, gave it a 14. And I shall call that one the Fortaleza.
Okay. Well, carpet doesn't make me think of home. It makes me think of old principal's offices.
You would know. No,
I would. All right. So color, I gave it a 2, only because it's a little bit darker than the first one. The aroma, I thought it was okay. Nothing bad, nothing great. It is floral. I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
The taste, again, right down the middle. I thought it was okay. It's not good. Okay is good, but it's not good. It's not bad. It's completely acceptable. It's like the bare minimum on the test.
That's wasting my time. I'm okay. I'm fine.
Right down the middle.
It was a joke. It's okay. It's okay. I love you, Brian. It's okay.
The finish, not too long, not too short, just right. I gave it a 3 because, again, it's a mid finish to me, and the taste didn't run me away, so it's right there. Overall, I gave it an 11.
Oh.
On the last one, and I thought this one, the green, I thought that was El Tesoro. The last one, I'm guessing, was Fortaleza, blue, color, again, a 2, exact same reason as the last one. The aroma, I did not like this one at all. I gave it a 1. It smelled like an old lady's apartment full of cats. The taste, it was not good.
Old lady and cats.
It was not good. The finish, I gave it a 2 only because it ended quickly. And then for a total rating of a 6. That would be my lowest score over the whole series.
Hmm.
And I said that's the Fortaleza.
Yeah, okay, gotcha. All right. Well, I definitely had to agree with the 2 for color. Absolutely. The aroma, I wasn't quite as disappointed with, but I gave it a 3. It seemed like a furniture store to me. It's like, it's okay, but I'm not going to spend a lot of time there. And for me, the taste and the finish, gave them both 3 because it seemed like 7 Up. I really was just expecting this to be a commercial where they say up yours. So with it, it was okay.
He's
But,
been waiting to drop that.
oh, absolutely. Just so I give it an 11 total, and I thought it was the El Tesoro. So, as compared to your old lady in cats.
So the color I rated the same as last time. Rated it a 3. The aroma was a 2. It was harsh. Didn't like it. The taste was a 3. It was a 4, but then I retasted it after these two got through talking, and they were right. It is not good. For the finish, I rate it the same as I rate Jason's time with the girl in the stilettos. It was too short. It was 2. With an ultimate rating of 11. And my guess is the Fortaleza.
That relationship is just doomed at this All right. So I'm giving
If
this
the
one.
poor woman walks in a room, we're all going to laugh at her. Yeah, it's
Yes.
doomed.
I'm guessing El Tesoro for this one. I give it a 2 for color again. I think it was poured through an oak barrel for maybe a year. The aroma, again, I don't go with Old Lady. I kind of go with Old Lady's house, potpourri. I get that kind of
That's
musty.
why I said an old lady with a bunch of cats.
Yeah, musty potpourri smell through the nose. Not ideal. Taste, I give it a 1.
You're hiding the
So,
litter box
aroma's 1.
smell with the potpourri.
Yeah.
Now you can smell it.
Now you can smell it. There you go. Yeah, the aroma's a 1. Taste, I would say, is a 1. I did not care for it. Finish is a 1. I would rate it higher, but because it ended quickly, but that's the problem. It ends quickly. I expect a longer, more complex finish with an Añejo, something that's been aged in a barrel. Total rating of 5, I think was very hard.
I'm changing my finish. It's going back to a 1.
Nice. Yeah, I just think that an Añejo, especially for the premium you pay, and Josh, what's the price on these?
70 to 85.
See, you're paying, again, I think we were friendlier with the Blancos because we expect less, and we were pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
I expect more. I'm grading these very harshly because
I absolutely expect more out of these.
I'm paying more. They were aged longer. They should have a more complex process behind them. And this is not the result I
Well,
really
that's why my
wanted.
scores range from 5 to 16
Yeah.
because I was grading harsher.
See, there's one I'd enjoy with, but the rest of them I wouldn't drink again. So
Yeah. It's fun to try, but at the same time, I know which one's going to stay on my shelf. I know which one is on my shelf. So, yeah.
Will you hand me the book, please?
absolutely.
All right. Well, let us find out what's what.
I'm curious.
Okay, so the pink is El Tesoro.
Ooh, I got that wrong.
Yep. Yeah.
Good job.
Now I have an 8. Jason, you have
11.
The bar is high. I mean, I really, again, I grade harder because these are expensive.
Yeah. All right. So I need the rest of the scores, please.
Thank you.
And for the record, the Orange Gnome had the highest on this one.
Because of
Oh, yeah. Our winner, I apologize. On this one, our winner is the ArteNOM. Second place is the Fortaleza. Third place is the El Tesoro. That's the G4, sorry. El Tesoro, and then the G4. So this is our
And just to be clear, I would have picked the El Tesoro if it weren't for the coloring. That would have. No worries.
But these are Añejo. You don't need to be clear.
Nice. I'm curious to see what the final tally is.
Okay, so
All right.
Like I told you, I'll mess up.
when it comes to brands, the winner
And it varies.
is El Tesoro.
Really?
Yep.
El Tesoro is the winner by brand. Second place is ArteNOM.
That's not a surprise.
Now, so El Tesoro has 163 points, and now ArteNOM has 147 points.
Interesting.
Fortaleza has 141 points for third place, and then G4 has 137 points for fourth place.
Still managed to put G4 in fourth place.
So we're probably getting assassinated, is what you're saying.
Well, there's only a 10-point spread between ArteNOM, Fortaleza, and G4.
I felt like
Right.
that was a fair judgment.
They're
I mean,
all
they vary.
fairly close together overall.
Mhm.
And then you have El Tesoro, it would be right there with them, but their Blanco expression was just that much better.
Yeah, I agree.
So overall, El Tesoro, they are our tequila, our premium tequila champions at the moment.
Interesting. Well,
So
interesting. Very interesting. This is informative.
And I will say, I think all of us are in agreement that we either want to go Blanco or Añejo. None of us are thinking Reposado. No,
I agree with you, honestly.
yes, I agree.
I think a good description of that reposado is, when you take a Blanco, put it in a barrel for a very short period of time, you take away the edge, you take away that personality it has, so to speak, but you're not really adding much to it. You're not adding anything to it with the wood.
You're taking away,
taking
you're
away
not
its
adding to.
So,
I think if you put anybody in a barrel for a year, they're going to lose a lot of personality.
all right.
On that
that
note,
note,
Thank you for joining us for our tequila brand challenge.
it's been an event.
It's been fun.
Gotcha.
I've got nothing else.
Adios.
All right.
Jason?
I'm Brian. I
He
don't know what that was.
almost forgot.
I'm Travis.
And I'm Josh. Thank you for joining us at Scout Reviews. Please like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you soon.